So good morning guys, I welcome you again to the next session in this series. This is the 7th part of the video, okay, and 7th chapter as well for your board exams. So this time we are starting with this chapter triangles now, which is very important chapter. It's the first geometry chapter. Here you need to learn lot of questions, especially the proof type now. So let's start this chapter. We will be doing problems, but if concepts are coming in between, we'll discuss them as well now. And you all know in this chapter we don't have much theorems, right? They have removed that half part almost of the chapter. So only thing we need to know is BPT theorem, basic proportionality theorem. Second part we need to know the converse of BPT theorem. Then we have the similarity criteria of the triangles. Just these many things are there now, and then there are few standard questions, and most of those standard questions we will discuss. And if you remember few of the result, it will be very helpful. Okay, so some of the questions actually we will remember now, the idea, this kind of question they ask. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start with MCQ questions first. Yeah, this is the first question now, and this kind of question they have asked multiple times, so that's why I have taken one. And you know what are the changes they can make to the same question, and again they can ask. Please try this. So in this figure they have already given all the information in the diagram itself. So what will be the value of x? Okay, so let's solve it. I think most of you will be able to do it. So in this question, I think just after looking the question, there might be two ways to think. Now, one might be thinking of using BPT theorem, right? Because you know that this angle and this angle are equal. So these two lines are actually parallel, right? But they are asking this side. You know that in BPT theorem, the rule is this ratio upon this will be equal to this upon this, right? So that's why it's better to start by using similar triangles. These two triangles are going to be similar actually, right? Because these and these are parallel, and this is a common angle to both the triangle. One is the larger one and the smaller one. So can I immediately write triangle LMK is actually similar to triangle PNK by A criteria. There were only 3 criteria of similarity, and then if that is the case, then sides must be proportional. So since we are interested only in this length, this length, this length and this length, we will not even take the ratio of that side. So in the bigger triangle, if I tell you side LM upon what is the corresponding side of LM, because that LM is opposite to this angle. So in this triangle opposite to this angle, we have PN. That should be equal to MK, and the corresponding side of this will be NK. Just put these values. So LM is A, PN is given X, MK is actually the sum of these two lengths. So it has to be B plus C upon NK, that is just C. Since we needed X, just cross multiply AC upon B plus C. So check which option is correct. AC upon B plus C, right? It is option B. Okay, so they might just change this same question orientation. They may change, or they may give you different angle, or sometimes they will tell you this line and this line are parallel. Okay, so same way we will solve it. Okay, you can just think for some time, but don't make mistake like that. Nah, don't be in hurry and make the mistake here. Okay, even if it takes little extra time, it's fine, but there should be surety that we'll get the right answer only. Good. Did we all get it? That's nice, nah? And try not to remember, there is a possibility that the question will look exactly similar, but there will be some changes which we may not notice in very short time. So just assume that it's a new question and solve it. Okay, do not just think like, yeah, when we solved the question in at home it was like that. So let's mark this option and move to the next question. That's not a right approach. Please don't do that. Okay. Let's solve it and then mark the right answer. Okay, then let's do the next question now. Yeah, this is again very standard question they ask regularly. Find x. Please write your answer in the chat box, and if you get any doubt, please write there. We'll discuss them. It may be a better idea to draw the diagram even if it is not necessary all the time. If it helps you to solve the question in better way, please do that. And especially in descriptive question, always remember that when they are asking geometry question, we must make the diagram. Even if the diagram is given in the question, still copy the diagram in your solution. It will be actually easy to refer to check your solution. So even if you make little mistake, they might skip it and give you full marks. But don't take risk of not drawing the diagram. It's very bad idea not drawing the diagram in the solution. So if you need, you can make the diagram. They are telling there is a triangle ABC, PQR are 2 points, A, B, C. PQR are 2 points on AB and AC, such that PQ is parallel to BC, right? So it's basically a question of basic proportionality theorem, isn't it? So we know that AP upon PB is equal to A cube upon QC. It may be a 2-mark question or even 3-mark question, guys. Okay, you just have to follow the steps, no? So AP they have given x plus 3, PB is 3x plus 19, A cube is x and then 3x plus 4. Just do cross multiplication. So when you cross multiply this and multiply, we get 3x square plus 4x plus 9x plus 12. Right inside we get 3x square plus 19x. Cancel this and this. So we have got 13x plus 12 is equal to 19x. Pretty easily we can find the value of x from here, right? Send that to right side. So 4x is equal to 12. X has to be 13. So we'll mark option B, right? This is very important type of question, okay? Did we all get the answer? Very nice. Next question. Please read the question. This is kind of a word problem which is actually asked even in class 11th and 12th sometimes. So similar triangle concept, if we remember, it is going to be very helpful, guys, in class 11th and 12th. You might find different method to solve those questions, but the easier method will be using geometry, that is similar triangle. So you will be able to save some time even in 11th and 12th if we know these concepts there. The shadow of a 5-meter long stick is 2 meter long. At the same time, the length of the shadow of a 12.5 meter high tree is again try to make the diagram and think what to do. So, okay, let's solve it now. So there is a long stick 5 meter, assuming that they are standing vertically on the ground, guys, okay. So this is 5 meter long and shadow is 2 meter, it's given, it's a right angle triangle. And then there is a tree whose height is 12.5 meter. What is the length of At the same time, the length of the shadow of shadow is 12.5. We don't know the height of the tree. We can make the diagram like that. Is that all right? Now they have given in the question that the measurement is done at the same time, guys, right? So you can assume here the shadow is due to the sunlight, okay, sun rays. So if that is the case, then can I say this is actually going to be the sun rays, na? So this angle and this angle will be equal. At the same time, if you are finding the altitude of sun, no matter at which place you are doing, it's going to be same only. So that's why this triangle and this triangle will be actually similar due to a criteria. So the ratio of sides must be proportional, right? So 5 upon h must be 2 upon 12.5. Is that all right? Am I not audible? Oh, listen, I think I have made the mistake here, right? Because the height is given, right? The shadow length is asked. So let's call it h. Five upon 12.5. Now read the question properly, guys. Actually, I did skip. So 2 upon h. Now cross multiply. So 5h will be 12.5 into 2, that is 25. So h has to be 5 meter. No? So we'll mark option D. Is that all right, guys? Yeah. Read the question. In the question it's written, they at the same time the length of the shadow. So they are asking what is the length of the shadow? The height of the tree is given. Now I read that wrong. Now please don't make mistakes like that. Now you can verify actually. Okay, then now let's do the next question, guys. Please remember this. Now even in application of derivative, applications of trigonometric identities, now you have few questions of this kind. Let's do the next question now. So there are two triangles ABC similar to triangle PQR, and perimeter of triangle BC is this. Yeah, they have given the perimeter of two similar triangles. So what can we say about the side lengths? Yeah, please read the question and solve it. Okay, let's don't be in hurry. Give enough time to solve so that we get the right answer only. There are decent 2 or 3 mark question based on this concept. I think last year also they had asked one question. If you want, you can either prove it or you can remember it. If triangle ABC, if any two triangle are similar, then the ratio of the side AB upon PQ will be BC upon QR is equal to AC upon PR, right? That's true. But it's even true, na? The same ratio will be actually the ratio of the perimeters. So perimeter of triangle ABC upon perimeter of triangle PQR. Please remember this, and actually please prove it as well, guys. You never know, they might ask the same question in 2 marks. It's a very good question for 2 marks. And if it is MCQ question, just apply the rule. Can you guys prove it? If anyone have difficulty, please let me know. So if that is the case, then the perimeter of triangle ABC is 30, perimeter of triangle PQR is 18. That must be equal to BC upon corresponding side of BC is QR, right? And this BC is already given, that is 9. So we can find QR, that's going to be 18 into 9 upon 30. Right, we can simplify. So 3 6s, so it is actually 54 upon 10, which is 5.4 centimeter. It's option B. Are we all able to prove this? please do that. Okay, if you are not getting time now, then after the class prove this. Even in assertion and reason, it's a decent question to be asked. Shall we do the next question now? Is this clear? So we are doing basic question first, and then we'll have those proof types. So all the type of questions I have tried to take here. Take your own time and then solve it properly, guys. Okay, don't be in hurry, don't rush. In this triangle, it's a right angle triangle, right angle at A. This is a decent question for 2 marks also. Na? In fact, I have asked you to prove this question later in 2 marks as well. And you can remember even that result. You remember earlier also I had told you can remember this result. Shall we do it? So here actually you can prove triangle ABD is similar to triangle ADC, and also you can prove these two triangles are similar to triangle ABC as well. Can we do that? So for that, guys, the simplest method might be, I have already told you earlier, you can name one of the angle and let's try to find all the other angles in terms of that only, so that we can check the similarity. So if I call this angle as, let's say, theta, this is 90, right? So can I say this must be 90 degree minus theta using angle sum property? And now let's go into the bigger triangle ABC. If this angle is theta, angle A is already 90 degrees. So can I say this also must be 90 degree minus theta? There are 3 right angle triangle here. So if this is 90 minus theta, guys, and this is already 90 degree, right? So can I say this is also theta? So if I see now these 2 small triangles, do you see all the 3 angles same? And actually for using similarity criteria of AA, we only needed two angles, right? Third will be automatically be same. So are we in the position now to tell these 2 small triangles are similar? Due to this angle, na? So we'll write, since it is MCQ, so I'm not writing the explanation. Directly we can use the similarity criteria. But if it was descriptive question, you must have mentioned those angles. Why are they same, or why are theta and 90 minus theta? So triangle, if I take ABD, is it similar to triangle? Angle A, right? Angle A is theta. It is C. Angle B is 90 minus theta. So A and D. Can I say this? Is that statement true? And if you want to mention A criteria, here even if you don't mention, it's fine. Nah? If it is descriptive, then only it is necessary. Now we have proved these 2 triangles are similar. So sides has to be proportional, right? So sides means if I take this side AD, bacha. In this triangle, if I take AD, what is the corresponding side of AD? Right? So AD is basically opposite to angle 90 minus theta. So in this triangle, what is the side opposite to 90 minus theta? Is that DC. Now I am taking this side, BD of this triangle. So if I take BD, BD is actually opposite to angle theta. So now in this triangle, can you search which side is opposite to angle theta? It is clearly AD, right? And we don't have to worry about the other side. Other side you can leave it as it is. And now just cross multiply this. So it's actually AD square is equal to BD into DC, or DC into BD. Which option says that? Where do we have AD square is equal to BD into DC, right? So it's actually option C, right? Are we all getting it? Now there can be another question. What I expect you guys, please remember this actually, okay? Whenever you have a right angle triangle, there may be change in the orientation. If we have a right angle triangle like that, even if I make the diagram like that, if I tell you this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D, if I draw perpendicular like that, then can we remember that the square of this perpendicular, BD square, will be the product of these and these. So it's going to be AD into DC, and that proof of this part is actually this. Are you getting? We can remember it. In fact, many times what they do, they will give you this length, right? I am telling you another question now. What if I tell you this is, let's see, 8 and this is 2. Can you guys find this length then? So if I remember this result, then immediately we can find the value of this instead of again proving those two triangles to be similar. Can we do that? What will be the value of this? If I assume it x, what will be the value of x? Right? So here if I remember this result, 8 square will be 2 into x. So x has to be 64 upon 232. Is that all right? In some question in descriptive especially, they might draw the same diagram and they will tell you prove that triangle ABD is similar to triangle ABC, something of that sort, and hence prove something. So there also will apply this rule only. All the angles we have found here in these three triangles. So by using A criteria, we can prove even that. No? I hope we have understood this completely, right? This concept is very important. Now let's do the next question. Yeah, this is the another similar question we did, right? There we had triangle and now we have trapezium. Na? Check how we can apply the previous rule here. Yeah, please get the value of x for this. Anyone got the answer for this? Okay, then let's solve it. So if we see, since it is a trapezium, guys, we can tell this angle and this angle are equal, alternate interior. We can even say this angle and this angle are equal, right? And obviously this angle and this angle will be equal due to vertically opposite angles. So this small triangle here and this triangle are actually similar. So if they are similar, we can use the sides to be proportional, right? So can we say this angle, what is the side opposite to that? It's OC, right? Upon this angle and this angle are equal. So what is the side opposite to that angle? It's OA, right? Is equal to, let's take this angle, opposite to that angle we have the side length OD, upon this angle and this angle are equal. So opposite to that, the side is OB. They might even ask you to even prove for 2-mark question. So it's basically OB into OC is equal to OA into OD. And they have given actually all of those in terms of x. So let's use that. OB 2x plus 1 times OC 5x minus 3. That is equal to OA 3x minus 1 times OB 2x plus 1. Let's solve this. So we get 10x square. It's a very decent question even for 3 marks. Na? So take time and solve it properly, so that if in exam similar question are asked, we know how to solve. Minus 6x plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 6x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 1. Bring all of them to one side. So 10 minus 4, 6, 4x square. We are getting here minus x, so minus 2x. And when we bring that to left side, we get minus 2 is equal to 0. Check the calculation. So when we divide by 2, each side will get 2x square minus x minus 1 equal to 0. And when we solve this equation, yeah, did I write that correct? So it's 10x square, minus 6x plus 5x minus 3, 6x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 1. That's correct. 3x minus 1. Oh, I wrote the things wrong. Now OD was actually OB into OC is equal to OA into OD. Please correct it. OB is 2x plus 1 times OC. 5x minus 3 is equal to 3x minus 1 times 6x minus 5. Send all of them to right side. So we get x square minus 20x plus 8 is equal to 0. Divide by 4 each side. So 2x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0. So I think after solving, we might be getting 2 value of x now. 2 and 1 by 2. Clearly 1 by 2 is not there in the option. So we should mark option A, right? Are we all getting the same value? Yeah. If you have got the same answer, now I think we can move to the next question. This is the assertion region question. Please read the question and then answer accordingly. Which option shall we choose here? Let B is the right angled vertex of a right angled triangle. And BD is the altitude to side AC. If BD is equal to 8 and AD is 16, then what will be the value of CD? So if you remember the previous result, guys, you can directly apply that. Now, if that is required, then we know that since we know BD square without proving it is actually 16 times BD square will be AD times DC. 64 is equal to 16 times DC. So actually DC has to be 4, right? Is it true? So actually that statement is true. Now what about this? If two angles of one triangle and two angles of another triangles are equal, then can we say that's the definition for similarity criteria of two triangles, right? That's A criteria. And you remember when we had got actually this result, that result we had got by proving this triangle and this triangle similar by A criteria only, right? Do we understand? So which option shall we choose? A or B? Isn't B the explanation? See, you have used the direct result, but the direct result was derived from A criteria only. So it is an explanation, bicha. So reason is actually the explanation. We are applying that rule. So we should mark option A. Please read the question again if you have little bit of confusion. Do we understand? So don't be in hurry, please. In assertion and reason question, if it is not clear, if you are not getting convinced by the given things, then take some time, okay, and then mark the right option little later. So it has to be option A, right? So even though we remember this result, but we must have clear idea how that result we had got, na? And that result we had got by using similarity, and we had proved the similarity by A criteria there. I hope you have understood, no? Chaliye fir, let's do the next question. Now these are the MCQs, so we'll do more 2-mark questions now. Yeah, this kind of question you might have seen in NCERT as well. And they have asked this type of question many times. That's why I thought it's important question. Please make better diagram. Very nice diagram try to make, and even label each and everything in the diagram. And one more point, do not do it without scale, okay? Use scale to make the right diagram and pencil, not pen. Is it done? So first information which is given is angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. If angle 1 and angle 2 are equal, then we can say this length and this length are equal, right? Because it's isosceles triangle, right guys? So in the solution, first thing will be to make the diagram. Here already the diagram is there, so I don't have to make it again. So we'll say that since angle 1 is equal to angle 2, we must have BD is equal to DC. And they have given, so the given information AC upon BD. Can we replace BD by DC here? CB upon CE. They are asking you to prove this triangle and this triangle similar. Can we check it now? Can we rearrange it and use? There were 3 criteria of similarities. Can we apply SAS rule? Is that applicable here? Is it done, guys? Right? And angle ACB will be equal to angle DCE, right? So that's why we can say triangle ACB is similar to triangle DCE. Can we? Using SAS rule. This is the angle, and this side upon this side is equal to, if you wanted, you could have written this, na, AC upon CB is equal to, otherwise write only, na, sides, ratio of sides of these two triangles. Can we say it? That's right, na? Yeah. Now, if you think it's a 2-mark question, your explanation is not enough. So, what you could do, it's a very good idea. At the beginning, you can write what's given and what to prove, so that you have 2 extra lines, and that make the solution very good looking. Okay, please write that part as well. Now, let's have habit of writing that given and what to prove and diagram. These 3 things will come always in every proof type of questions, and then sometimes construction is required. So, if it is required, do the construction and mention that as well. If it is not required, no need to write that part. Swara, did we complete the previous question, bacha? Now do this one. So, here they have not given the diagram, right? Yeah, it's the same question. I think you will be able to do, right? We did it earlier as well. Now, you all do it now itself. Prove that by your own, guys. Take your time. How to do that we explained, but you have to write it, na? And what I mentioned here, what's given, what to prove, and diagram, those 3 things please write. I think we should start with the diagram first. It can be even 3-mark question. So, first you can write the diagram properly. So, as I told you in the previous one also, let's take this angle, one of the angle. You can name AX or theta, whichever letter you like more. Okay. So, if I call this as theta, this angle is 90. So, this has to be 90 degree minus theta. And since this is theta, this is 90, this has to be 90 degree minus theta. So, here we will write, let angle ACB is equal to theta. So, we can say angle DBC has to be 90 degree minus theta, and angle BAC will also be 90 minus theta. You could have started by naming this angle as theta or x, guys, and found this angle in terms of x. And this is using angle sum property only, okay? Angle sum. Directly also you can write and mention angle sum property. Since it is a 2-mark question, so they are not going to mind how have you explained. So, therefore, triangle, these 2 smaller triangle we shall prove similar to get this result, right? If they had involved the side AB, BC and AC, then we should have thought of bigger triangle and the smaller triangle to be similar. So that's why we can say triangle ABD is similar to triangle. Angle A is 90 minus theta. In this smaller triangle, it has to be angle B. B angle is here 90, so it has to be D. Wait. Angle B is actually here this angle, right? Which is actually theta if you check. And here it is C, so BCD. And then just use sides to be proportional, that is CPST. In triangle ABD, please write it proper. It looks like P, it should be D, no? So sides are, in this smaller triangle, if I take AD, AD is opposite to theta. Here, opposite to theta, it is BD is equal to, if I take side BD here, BD is opposite to 90 minus theta. What is the side opposite to 90 minus theta? Is that DC by CPST. And then just cross multiply and you got the result. So when you cross multiply, we get BD square is equal to AD into DC. Hence proved. So this way, if you are writing, there is no chance they can cut the marks no matter how hard correction they are doing. You all must have got it by your own, right? Did you all get it by your own? Good. Just check if you have mentioned each and everything like I did. If you have done more than this, it's good. But if you have missed some point, you just check if we can improve it. Okay, then आगे बढ़ते हैं फिर. Yeah, this is another question. Yeah, one more thing, guys. It is possible that they ask a little new question. Okay, you might not have seen those kind of questions earlier, but believe me, they are not going to ask very tough question. It will be basic only. So try to check which criteria of similarity will be applicable there. Nah, it's three only, either SSS, AA or SAS, among these three. And by reading the question, we will have some idea which criteria can be useful there. Now, there will be very few questions where there will be confusion, which rule shall we apply. So, even if new question come, do not panic. Read the question and check which criteria shall we apply. You will be able to solve. In fact, if they ask new question, it may be little easier compared to some of the tough question which you have done in this chapter. And before going to the exam, in fact, after this class, please solve all the questions of this chapter from NCERT. That's very important. No question you should miss. All the questions you should do. And if you get doubt, you can even ask me. So complete this one, please. Is it done? So here also, just after looking at the question, guys, see, one of the angle is 90, right? So I think A criteria again will work, right? Because there is nothing, no information is given about the relation between the sides, right? So what I will do here also, I will start by naming any one of the angle. Are you getting it? So if I call this angle theta, can you guys tell me this angle? Is it 90 degree minus theta? And if that's 90 minus theta, this has to be theta. And if this is theta, this is 90, this is 90 degree minus theta. In fact, one could directly say this. Are you getting? One might take the angles this way, not this way. Huh? This is also fine. Because you know that these two are, not these two DB and AC are perpendicular to each other, right? So you might simply say that this angle and this angle are equal due to alternate interior, right? And if this angle and this angle are equal, then you can clearly see in this triangle and this small triangle, two angles are equal. One is theta and one is 90 degree. Are you getting? So in the explanation, please write that as well. So can we say triangle? I am just skipping that part, but please write, na? You have to write it. So you can say that triangle DBE is similar to triangle. D means this angle. So if this angle is theta, this angle is theta, this is 90. So can I say it has to be angle this one? E. Angle B is 90, angle B is this one, right? Theta. So it is A. And E is 90 degree here, right? So in this triangle, it has to be C. Can we say that? And the criteria which we have used is A criteria only, right? Please mention that. Here, how do we explain it? First of all, given what to prove, we must write those two lines. And after that, in prove, we will assume that this angle is theta and we'll say that this angle is also theta due to alternate interior angle as BD and AC are parallel to each other. Now, if it is the case, then sides must be proportional. So, if I take DE or they are asking B, right? So, BE. In this small triangle, BE is opposite to theta. Now, let's go into the other triangle. What is the side opposite to theta? Is that BC is equal to, if I take another side, let's see DE from the smaller triangle. DE is opposite to theta, right? Wait. BE was this, right? We have named this as theta. This angle is actually 90 degree minus theta. So, it should not be BC. 90 minus theta was this angle. Please understand one more point. Even though criteria is AA, so if you are able to prove two angles are equal, it's enough. But what I will advise, even the third angle you write, so that if three angles are equal, checking the corresponding side will be much easier. Please use that part. So if I write this angle as 90 minus theta, this as 90 minus theta. Now it's very easy. So in this case, opposite to 90 minus theta, BE, opposite to 90 minus theta, it is AC. And is equal to DE. DE is actually opposite to which angle? Theta. And opposite to theta, it is BC. And that we are saying because of CPST. And I think that is what they have asked you to prove. So hence proved. Is it done? One might also say this. Don't use it though. If I use trigonometry, guys, if I tell you this angle is theta and this is also theta. So can you tell tan theta in this triangle? This is totally irrelevant for this question, okay? We'll be using later if it is necessary. In this triangle, if I ask you what is tan theta? In triangle ABC, tan theta will be opposite BC upon adjacent AC. And in triangle DBE, that is also right angle. There if you have to find tan theta, opposite is DE upon adjacent, it is BE, right? And now you can say since this is also tan theta, this is also tan theta, you can equate. That's also another way to do. In fact, if someone do not remember similar triangle later on, then this is another way they can try. Are you getting? But note here, guys. Is that all right? So we understood this part, right? We'll not use this, but I just gave you the idea what other way you could have thought of. Yeah, we can cross multiply after this now because it's not in that form. So BE upon DE is equal to AC upon BC. Hence prove, we will write it here. I hope we understood now how do we approach the problem. This wasn't tough, though this was little new type of question, but it's not tough. And whenever you see we have right angle triangle involved somewhere, are you getting? Then there is high chance that they are talking about the A criteria indirectly. So there you can name one of the angle theta or x, and accordingly you can find the other angles and see the A criteria how it holds. I hope you have understood now. So along with the question solutions, we are also focusing on the important points we should consider. Chale fir, let's do the next question now. Yeah, I think this type of question you already have in NCERT as well. So please do that. Write the perfect explanation by your own. Can you guys tell me which concept shall we apply here? Just after reading the question, does the concept come to your mind? Yeah, na? So you should think about converse of BPT theorem and BPT theorem together, both of them should be required actually. BPT and converse, both of them may be needed, na? Just write the statements properly. Did we complete it? So I am not writing all the things. Like I told you, you have to write what's given, what to prove, and then the proof part. So they have given AB is parallel to PQ and AC is parallel to PR. AB is actually this line parallel to PQ, right? So let's focus on this triangle, right? Since they are parallel, can I say OB upon BQ should be equal to OA upon AP, right? That should be the first thing. It's because of this, and now due to this you can say OC upon, right, because AC, right, this is AC and this is PR, they are parallel, so we'll focus on this triangle this time. So OC upon OA, right? OC upon CR you can say will be equal to OA upon, yeah, this upon this is equal to this upon this. We are actually using this triangle, not the larger one, right? Oh. So OC upon CR is equal to OA upon AP, right? You can clearly see here this part and this part are same, right? So by both of them we can say OB upon BQ is equal to OC upon CR, right? That means we are able to say this ratio upon this ratio is equal to this ratio upon this ratio. So by converse of BPT now, can we say that this and this must be parallel? That means BC must be parallel to QR. by converse of BPT. I did skip the step, but I told you how to write this explanation, na? By converse of BPT. So both the theorems are used in this particular question. Again, it can be a 3-mark question as well, not just 2 marks. Did we all get it? Did you all get the answer, guys? If you have any confusion, please write that. Now I will explain it again. Okay, then let's do the next question. And not just these questions, now you can also think of what are few other changes they can make and ask again in the exam. Now let's do few 3 marks questions. Yeah, this is another question which I think you might have done multiple times for your internal school exams. No? Can you do it one more time? And explanation should be written properly, guys. Please try to write each and every part of the solution. No? I am not writing few of the steps in many questions, but you try to write them. Okay, make habit of writing them. And here also you can see there is a right angle triangle. And you know, I told you one idea, na? Whenever right angle triangle is there, then there is high chance that A criteria you have to apply. So you can name any one of the angle and then find the other angles in terms of that. Please do it. Triangle ABD and ECF. It's also given, na? AB is equal to AC. So that means this angle and this angle are equal, right? And now I think it's pretty straightforward, right? If I, and one more thing I'm adding, now if that helps, then only use. If you understand the things normally, then no need to waste time on doing that. Can I just separate this triangle? They are talking about this triangle ABD. Can I remove triangle ABD from here and how will it look like? Will it be a right angle triangle? A, B, D, this is 90 degree. And the other triangle is ECF. So if ECF I draw, it has to be E, this is 90 degree, F, C, and then E, right? And did we prove that this angle and this angle are equal, angle B and angle C? So if I call this angle and this angle, are they equal? It's given in the question itself. So if you see these two triangles now, guys, aren't they clearly similar because A criteria is fulfilled, right? So this is also one way to do, na? Many times when we teach to some students, we explain it like this also, na? So if in one diagram, if you are not able to understand them, na, what criteria shall we apply or how, which angle is equal to another angle, you can separately make both the triangle and label it just the way it was labeled there. So it's very clear now, right? You can explain it again. So in the solution part, first thing you will mention is what's given, what to prove, and then you will mention in the proof part, since AB is equal to AC, will tell angle B is equal to angle C. And if you have proved this is equal to this, and already you know angle D is equal to angle F is equal to 90, and hence we can apply A criteria and write these two triangles are similar. Did we understand? And I know most of you might have done it by your own only. That's very good, no? Let's do the next question then. It is not mandatory to make the diagram like that, guys. Now, if sometimes it's little tough to understand from the complex diagram, then in that case it might be helpful. Are you getting? Yeah, try this question now. Please make the diagram. In this question they have not given the diagram, and you know, even if they give the diagram, we can still make the diagram and solve. That should be our habit. A lamp is 3.3 meter above the ground. A boy 110 centimeter tall walks away from the base of this lamp, and the speed of the boy is 0.8 meter per second. Find the length of the shadow of the boy after 4 seconds. Right? So we can make the diagram. Lamp post, we can assume it is vertically standing on the ground. So this is the lamp post, and this is 3.3 meter. Are you getting it? So the lamp post is actually releasing rays, right, due to which there will be shadow of the boy. So assuming that at that particular moment, after 4 seconds, assume that he is at this place. Are you getting? So if you have to calculate the shadow, rays will come from here, right, and it will be passing through his head, and then it will be reaching the ground like that. So can I say this has to be the shadow? So they are asking what is the length of the shadow. That means they are asking this length. Are you getting? So in the solution, please explain that. First thing is, this is 90 degree as well as this is 90 degree. Now the lamp post as well as the boy, both of them are standing on the ground. This should be the diagram, right? Now can you guys tell me this length? Can we find this length? So let's label the diagram so that recalling the terms will be easy. Let's call this A, B, C, D and E. Are you getting? Can I say BC is actually distance traveled by boy in 4 seconds, and we know the speed 0.8 meter per second. So BC is actually going to be a speed times time. So speed is given 0.8 meter per second into time is given 4 seconds. So is it actually 3.2 meter? And now you can say these two triangles, can we tell anything about these two triangles? Are they similar? They are, right? So this angle, if I take theta, that is common in fact, right? So can we say, or you can say simply triangle. Since it is a word problem and they are giving only 3 marks, guys, we don't have to explain in that detail. What's important here? Diagram and BC if you have calculated. After that directly also you can write these two triangles to be similar. Just mention why. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle. A is this angle, and this angle and this angle are equal. In the diagram if you mention, it will be a good idea. They will understand. So triangle E, C and D. And if that's the case, oh, ABD, right? Not ABC. My bad. and then we have to have the sides to be proportional. CPST you have to apply. So that's going to be AB upon, you can call this length x, na, length of the shadow. AB upon height of the child is given 110 centimeter. So it's going to be AB upon EC is equal to BD upon CD. Put the values. AB is 3.3. Take care of the length, na, unit as well. Na, one of the length is given in meter, other is in centimeter. So EC if I have to convert into meter, it has to be 1.1. और BD कितना है बच्चे? X plus 3.2 upon X, right? We can cancel it by 3. Cross multiply, right? So 3x is equal to x plus 3.2. So 2x is 3.2 means x is 1.6 meter. If you want to convert into centimeter, it has to be 160 centimeter. That's the length of the shadow. I think we all got the answer. Very nice, guys. Na? And this should be the procedure. Good. Okay, and please remember this type of question. Okay, later also the similar question might come. आगे चले फिर, चलिए अब सॉल्व कीजिए ये वाले ट्रायंगल. Sides AB and BC and median AD of a triangle ABC are respectively proportional to another triangle and median. There are two type of question in this. One of them is this, and there is another very important where most of the people have doubt. So that also I have taken. Okay, this question they will ask you for 3 marks. The other question related to this they will ask you for 5 marks. So we'll discuss that too na in coming time, in this session only. Please try this, make the diagram and see what we could do. In the worst case, even if we are not able to complete some of the question, guys, in this chapter, if you make the diagram, write those basic things given, what to prove and some construction, they still can give you marks, okay, and decent marks they can give you. So do not leave any question completely unattempted from this chapter especially. Obviously for board exam, I advise do not leave any question unattempted. Whatever you know, just represent it. There may be some marks given to that. So to start with, we should make the diagram, right? No, there are two triangle ABC and PQR. Make that. ये है आपका A, B, C, and then we have another triangle PQR. PQR. They also want median, ना? So let's call it here. ये आ गया आपका D, median का मतलब ये और ये लेंथ बराबर, and PM is the another median. So ये है आपका M. So this length and this length are equal. They have given. So what have they given? AB is proportional to PQ. Then BC is proportional to QR. Median AD, right? That means AD is proportional to PM, right? That's they have given, and they want to prove triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, right guys? Is that all right? So what we are going to do here, this BC part, na, this is given. Can you guys tell BC is actually 2 times BD and QM, oh, QR is equal to 2 times QM. Can I write that? So in the given information, BC I will replace by 2 BD and QR I will replace by 2 QM. Does it make sense? So AB and PQ we are not disturbing. BC I am writing 2 BD. QR we are writing 2 QM. AD and PM I am not disturbing. Did you all do it like that? So these two and these two we got. So if you have now focus on this triangle, ye chotu triangle and then ye chotu triangle, are they similar? Because these are the sides SSS criteria. That means triangle ABD is similar to triangle PQM by SSS criteria, right? And if that is the case, by CPST we can say this angle and this angle are equal. Can we say angle ABC is equal to angle PQR? Is that all right? So we proved this angle and this angle are equal. And was it given this side upon this side is equal to this side upon this side? It's already given, right? If I just check this part from here, can we say that? So isn't SS criteria being fulfilled here immediately after this? So if you want to be sure, you can even write that this is the case and AB upon PQ is equal to BC upon QR given. So by SS criteria we can say triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Patiently you have to write. If it takes little more time to complete it, please give that time guys and understand it properly. Using which criteria? By SAS criteria, and hence proved. Okay. I think last year they had asked exactly same question for 5 marks. You can check, na? I may remember. Did you all get this by your own guys? Sabka aa gaya kya? If you haven't finished it yet, please write the steps. Okay, take little bit more time. And also, do we have an idea about the question? Do we remember? It's related to actually the median, and they had given the ratio of the sides like that. See, what is the difference? In this question, they told you this ratio and this ratio, this ratio and this ratio, and this equal. Are you getting? That's why it was pretty simple. Another question they will give you, this ratio is proportional to this is proportional to this, and this median length is proportional to this. That is a better question. That we'll discuss in coming time. Are you getting? So you understood? Based on actually the same diagram, there are two questions. One is this, where we don't have to do any construction. Is that all right? Have we understood? That question you will try to solve guys, okay, with me. Chale aage fir, have we understood it completely? Whatever question we have done till now, all of them are important. And better part is the concept are getting revised again and again, right? Those few concepts, how to apply in different situations, that we must understand here. Chalo fir. Isn't it something which you already know this, right? Is it some theorem of this chapter? Can you tell? Which theorem is it? They have not used the name of the theorem, but actually it's a theorem. which we used in solving one of the previous question. Can you recall which theorem is it? Is it BPT or converse? It's converse of BPT, isn't it? You have to prove the converse of BPT theorem basically. And what is the other name of BPT theorem, guys? Please write in the comment. Let me check. Yeah, it is AQ upon QC, guys. No? There should be a correction. You're right. Please finish it now. Make the diagram. Write what's given and what to prove, and then if you think we should use any construction, then do that. That's right. Now, another name for BPT theorem is Thales theorem. No? Please complete it as soon as you can. There are 2 points P and Q on sides AB and AC. So let's do it like that. Given to prove we can still use BPT theorem. Yeah, they are asking you to prove converse, and you can use BPT theorem here. You don't have to prove BPT theorem for this particular question. You can use that statement. Are you getting? Even if they give you 5 marks and they ask you to prove this statement, we still can use BPT theorem directly without proving, because it's not mentioned. If they mention it, prove BPT and then converse, then only we will do that. If they do not mention, you can use that as it is. I hope you have understood. So now we know that by using BPT, we can mention that by using basic proportionality theorem, BPT, we know that AP upon PB is equal to A cube upon QC. We know that, right? Yeah, just wait. Now we know only if it is just, there will be a construction required, right? If we all remember, we need one small construction, right? We take a point on either this side or this side. Let's take it here. Now let's take this point. Now there is a point Q dash I am telling, and I am doing the construction in such a way that this line PQ dash is parallel to BC. So we'll name that construction is required here. So please mention that construction. Let Q dash be a point on AC such that PQ dash is parallel to BC. We are doing this construction so that we can apply BPT theorem. Are you getting? So if that is the case, we can clearly say here AP upon PB must be equal to AQ dash upon Q dash C by BPT theorem. And you can name this as second information. Now you can see here in this part and this part, are they exactly same? So in equation number 1 and 2, LHS are same. So can I say RHS must be same? So you can say using 1 and 2, we can say A cube upon QC is equal to A Q dash upon Q dash C. Before proving this, you had an idea we are trying to prove Q and Q dash coincides. If Q and Q dash are no different point, they are same point. So if PQ dash is parallel to BC, PQ will also be parallel. That's the idea we have in mind. That's what we are trying to prove it here, right? And to prove it here directly, do not tell from here that Q and Q dash coincide. The better way might be, can we add one to each side? Let's add one to each side. If we add, we get AQ plus QC upon QC is equal to AQ dash plus Q dash C upon Q dash C. Can I say? And if that's the case, guys, what is AQ plus QC? Are they same? So we can tell AQ plus QC is basically AC. Left hand side we have AC upon QC. Right hand side AQ dash plus Q dash C, is that also AC upon Q dash C. This and this we can cancel, and from here we are getting QC is equal to Q dash C. Can I say now that Q and Q dash coincide? That means Q dash and Q must coincide. And if that's the case, already we assumed PQ dash is parallel to BC. That means PQ is parallel to BC. Why? Since PQ dash is parallel to BC, we had assumed. So that is the final conclusion, guys. This is how you have to do. It's a decent 3-mark question, huh? But yeah, even for 5 marks they may ask. But we must be 100% confident about the whole process. We must know how to do before writing the exam. So today itself, if we have any kind of doubt, clarify them and learn this chapter properly and practice few more questions. Especially PYQs. Instead of doing the questions from different places, you can directly log into our website and solve the questions from there, or you can search PYQs problems of this chapter only. And along with that NCERT also, no? So this series now will go up to 7th. On 7th March, we'll complete all the remaining chapters. After that, you can practice more questions from the PYQs mostly, okay? That should be the final preparation after 7th. Now, 8th and 9th, you can have completely with you. You can utilize the time the way you want. But till 7th, attend all of these classes and learn how to solve these questions sincerely, guys. Na? Chalo. Have you all finished it? How many of you did it by your own? And it's very good that many of you are already asking your queries in the doubts. Na? That's very nice. Do not leave any doubts with yourself. Throw it at me and then there should not be any doubt like that. Chale aage? Okay, so these were few 3 marks questions. Now let's do few 5 marks question of this. And you know the most important question of 5 marks in this chapter is, already you know it. Prove basic proportionality theorem. So all of you do it once again. Na? I know most of you might have done this proof 4 to 5 times at least by now. Let it be the final time. They have asked also to state, na? So you have to write the statement of BPT. So they might give you 1 mark for the statement and another 4 marks for the proof. The procedure is you have to make the diagram, do the construction, and even mention what to prove, guys. The order is what is given, what to prove, and then construction. Statement. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides, then it divides them in same ratio. So there are three sides of a triangle. Are you getting? So for every side this is applicable. Generic statement should be like that. If you are writing that in a triangle, if DE is parallel to BC, then AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Then that statement is not generic, guys, because there you have taken only one side into consideration. So please write the statement without having any particular side involved in that statement. And let's make the diagram. So in the diagram, first of all, we have to have the triangle, and then there is a points. Now there are 2 points on this side. So let's call it A, B, C. I'm taking 2 points. You can name D and E as well. This and this are parallel. So let's write what's given. Given, only one information is given, that is DE is parallel to BC. And what to prove? AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. We need some important constructions here, so we must mention that properly. We connect these, right, like this, then you connect it like this, then we draw perpendicular from here to this. Let me use different color. Let's call them F and G. This is the construction, guys. So what do we do? Connect B to E, C to D, and draw perpendicular from D to AC and E to AD respectively. In fact, most of the time they directly ask you to prove the BPT theorem. They do not even ask the statement, because you understand it becomes lengthier. Earlier, you know, they were asking 6 marks question. So that way it was very good that 1 mark was there for the statement and 5 marks there for the proof. And now here little bit more things you have to do, na? Lot of work you need to do. Can you please complete it after this? You know the way we do, right? We try to find out the ratio of the triangle, na? And one more time mentioning, if you have to calculate area of this kind of triangle, obtuse triangle, right? If I consider this as the base, if you have to get the height on this, then you have to extend this side, right? So this will be the perpendicular. The altitude will be outside the triangle. So here you will see the triangle. Now some of the triangles are obtuse triangles. So you just apply that. Area of the triangle concept, if you are applying, it's only the base into height formula, half base into height. Please complete it. So we can write here the proof. Can you find the ratio of area of triangle BDE and this? If you have to calculate area of triangle ADE, guys, it's half. We are taking the base to be AD. So if AD is the base, can I say height has to be EF upon half area of triangle BDE. This one we are talking about this time. So can I say if I take this as the base, height has to be this. That's why I explained that earlier. Half into base is BD into height will be EF. Cancel, cancel. We got AD upon BD or DB, you can say. That's the first part. In fact, half part of the proof is this only. Similarly, I can do one more thing. Also, see the other side of the triangle. If I ask you area of triangle ADE, we can find the area of the triangle ADE in multiple ways, right? Upon area of triangle. This time we are finding out the area of CDE. So that's going to be half time. This time I want the height to be this. So the base has to be this. So can I say it will be DZ times AE. If you want to understand why actually they want to solve it in this particular way, since we had to prove this part, and you can say AD and DV has to be involved in the ratio of the areas. So AD you can see is actually this base and BD is this base. So that's why we are taking this triangle's area ratio. And here if I have to find area of triangle CD, half times. Are you getting it? In this case, we'll take the base EC times, again the height is DG only. So you can cancel this DG and this DG, half and half. We have got AE upon EC. That's 2. Now one last point we have to mention, and that is, since, can you tell anything about the areas of this triangle? Let me use a different color for this. Can we say, guys, the area of this triangle and area of this triangle are equal? Because for both the triangles, you know that this is the base. And if you see the height of these triangles, guys, do we have the same height? Right? Because this line and this line are parallel. So height of the first triangle will be this and height of this will be this, right? So since this length and this length are equal and these are this. So for both those small triangles, can we write the area to be equal? So we will say, since DE is parallel to BC and DE is common base of triangle BDE and triangle CDE. So area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. And if that is the case, the left hand side of first equation and left hand side of second equation are same, right? So can we say that means from 1 and 2 we are getting AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. And I think that's it. We can stop it here. It's a good place to close it. Hence proved. This is the most important question, guys. They do ask it again and again. In fact, if you will see the paper of last 5 years, you might see it 3 years, okay? The same question. Internal choice they can give. If they ask you for 5 marks, Barani, then try to use this method only, okay? Even that is correct method, but they sometimes cut marks. Are you getting it? Mathematically, that is also perfect method. You can clearly prove that this small triangle and the bigger triangle are similar by AA criteria, and hence the side should be proportional. Are you getting? So please take care of that, because they expect that whatever you have learnt in the book NCERT, you should use that only. Are you getting? So that's why I would advise you to use this ratio of the triangle concept only, no direct similar, okay? Note similarity. But yeah, if it is MCQ question or some other type of problem, then you can apply that directly. Have you understood? So those who have completed, good, but those who have not finished it can take the screenshot of this. It's very important, nah? This is very important question, stomach. And how many of you are able to complete it by now? Did you all finish this proof this way only, or you need more time? Okay, then let's do the next question. If you have not finished it by now, after the class, once again you can go through this, but please do not skip this, no? Chalo, next question. Please read the question and make the diagram and think how to solve. Did we make the diagram right, guys? Let's do that. Through the midpoint aim of the side CD of a parallelogram ABCD. So there is a parallelogram ABCD. Let's make that diagram. A, B, C, D. There is a midpoint. Let's call it here. M is the midpoint of CD. There is a line BM is drawn intersecting AC in L. So we need line segment AC also. So we can connect it. that's AC, then connected, and AD also we have to produce. Are you getting? So it's going to be something of this type. So produce AD. So this has to be the diagram, na? At AD it is intersecting at point E. Is the diagram correct? Did you make the diagram like this, guys? And since it is a parallelogram, so we must know opposite sides are obviously parallel if it is needed, right? And this point they are calling by L, right? This point is L. Check if the diagram should be of this type based on whatever they have informed. To prove, you can even write what's given. Now, please write what's given. EL is equal to 2 times BL. Is that all right? So, first thing what we can observe, since this side and this side are equal, and even this angle and this angle are equal, right, guys? And even this angle and this angle are equal, right? So, what is the relation between this triangle and this triangle? Can you tell me? Are they simply congruent? Because one side of this triangle and one side of this triangle are equal, and even these two angles are equal. And obviously, two angles are equal means third angle should be automatically be equal. So, can we say those two small triangles are congruent? But we have to specify that also. Why? Because it's a 5-mark question, right, guys? So, वो भी explain करना है हमें. So, we should write in proof part. Let's write that. We can say angle CBM is equal to angle MED, and even we can say angle BMC is equal to angle DME, and it's already given CM is equal to MD. So, by using these three information we can say triangle BCM is congruent to triangle BCM, right? B. So, this is corresponding angle E. C. It has to be D and then M. Can I say, if that is the case, what is the relation we know between the sides? Can we say that means BC must be equal to DE? Can I say by CPCT, guys? And you know that this length was already equal, right? BC and AD are equal due to opposite sides of parallelogram. And now we proved BC is equal to DE. That means even this and these are equal. Is that all right? So, there are two parts in this. One is congruency we have to prove, and then similarity. So, I hope you have understood how we have proved congruency. Now, can you see there are any triangle which are similar, guys? Which triangles are similar? Observe the diagram. So, also we can say, now I am focusing on this triangle and this triangle, guys, the bigger triangle just below. Already you saw this angle and this angle are equal. Even you can say this angle and this angle are equal. So, I am writing also triangle BCL is similar to triangle. B is this angle, E, C was this angle. So, A, L by AA criteria. Is that all right? So, if that is the case, can we apply CPST this time? So, since we are interested in length EL and BL, right? So, if I take this triangle BL, BL is opposite to this angle, and this angle and this angle are equal. So, opposite to this we have the side LE. is equal to, in this triangle we have BC, and what is the side opposite to this angle? It is AE. BC I am not disturbing. Can I write AE as AD plus DE? So I think marks are given for writing. One could have told directly, right? BC, AD is same as BC and even DE is same as BC. So is this ratio BC upon 2BC? BC and BC will get cancelled, so it's 1 by 2. Now we just cross multiply. So do we get EL is equal to 2BL? It is, right? So we will say hence proved, right? And here please mention by CPST. So if they are giving 5 marks, whatever explanation we have written, that should be more than enough. Now we have considered all the important points. Even if you just write this much information, usually they will give you the marks. Have you understood it? How many of you got it by your own? सबका आ गया क्या आंसर? If anyone have doubt, you could ask me na in any of the step. Yeah, you can take the screenshot also if you haven't done it by now, and try it after the class, the same question, guys. Did you all complete it by your own? Chale fir, let's do the next question now. Please take the screenshot if you need it. Next. Yeah, this question you must have done, right? It's a very interesting. Can you try it? It's not tough actually, if you follow the right approach. And they ask question based on this directly on numbers. Sometimes instead of proving, they will give you x and y and they will ask you what is the value of z, or they will give you x and z and they will ask you what is the value of y. Any two value they will give you and third value they will ask. Okay, so we can even remember this result. In the worst case, they might frame MCQ based on this. So we can make the diagram, and in the diagram itself we can label the angle. And one more thing, you remember I told you whenever there is a right triangle, we can find out the angles and most likely it can be AA criteria, right? So if I tell you, since these all angles are 90, guys, can I say this angle and this angle will be equal? Let's name it X. Oh, X already used. Angle 1, angle 1. Can we say? Similarly, if I tell you this angle and this angle will be equal, let's call it angle 2 and angle 2. And now I think it's pretty easy to say or check the similarity of the triangle. Can I say? In the explanation, you can write along with the diagram what's given and what to prove, and then in the proof part, you can say angle DCB is equal to angle QPB, and angle BAD should be equal to angle QPD. Why? They are corresponding angles, right? Because these are parallel lines. These are parallel lines. So these angles are corresponding angles, right? Is that all right? And I think now we can clearly see those two triangles. Once we are trying to prove this triangle and this triangle similar, you can clearly see that, right? Because in both of the triangle, one angle is 90 and one angle is common, that angle too. So we'll simply say triangle ABD is similar to triangle PQD by AA criteria. And then by CPST we can say the sides, na? That means AB upon PQ must be BQ upon QD. Already we know AB, it's given X upon Z is equal to BQ upon QD, right? If you want, you can cross multiply and find QD. QD is how much? Z upon X into BQ. Can I write this as equation number 1? Did we all reach till here? सबका आ गया यहाँ तक क्या? We have to do the similar thing to the other side. ये छोटू triangle and then this bigger triangle. Also, triangle DCB is similar to triangle QPB, again by same AA criteria. And if that's the case, let's use CPST. So CD upon PQ is equal to DB upon BQ. Wait, it's not BQ, it's BD, right? Here please make a correction, it's BD, guys, right? The sides. Now we can again put these values. CD is already known, that's Y, upon PQ is Z again, that is equal to DB upon BQ. From here, if you want to cross multiply, can we get BQ is equal to Z upon Y times DB? That second information. Now, do we have any information about BQ, BD and QD? You can clearly see. Also, if I add BQ plus QD, isn't that is equal to BD? Put that. Try to solve it along with me only, okay? Do not skip, bacha, please. So BQ we can find from here. We have got BQ from here and it's from here. Now let's add them. Z upon Y times DB. DB and BD are same actually. And from here it is Z upon X times BD is equal to BD. Can I take BD common and cancel? So it is Z into BD into 1 upon Y plus 1 upon X is equal to BD. BD is definitely a length, so we can cancel that. And what's left? 1. So we have got Z times 1 by Y plus 1 by X is equal to 1. Can we transpose this Z to the right side? So we get 1 by Y plus 1 by X is equal to 1 by Z. And hence it is proved. We'll write that now. I hope we have understood. It's not a tough question actually, right? You all might be able to do it by your own. And whatever we have explained, that is enough to get full marks in this, guys. They will not cut any marks if you have solved it just like this. Did we all understand it? Can you tell? If you have any confusion, please tell, guys. Check this. 5 marks questions are very important. There is high chance one 5 mark question they will ask from this chapter. So be well prepared with these few standard questions. There are 5 or 6 standard questions they repeatedly ask. सबका आ गया क्या आंसर? Can you write in the comment? but yes, please complete it. No, if you have understood some of the solutions, some of the answer, that's not enough. Na, try to complete the answer beyond by your own. Na, reach to the final answer. Are you getting it? Please have habit of doing that only, not just here, even in the coming years you should do that. चलते हैं आगे फिर. Yeah, the question which I was talking about earlier, it's here now. Read the question. The other type of question we did there, now it's here. The most special question, right? From NCERT. Please do it. First few things will be same as what we did in the previous question, na? That question. करो सॉल्व बच्चों. So we shall make the diagram first. Let's do it together. I know you will be able to solve. Let's write what's given. AB is proportional to PQ. AC is proportional to PR. And AD is proportional to PM. That's given. We can write this as 1. To prove right. So here you know there is a construction required, guys, na, and that is very essential. Let's try to understand what construction we need. Whenever this median comes into the picture, this construction is very helpful, guys. What do we do? Just extend this side AD so that this length and this length are equal to E. Let's call this point E, and then connect these points like this. Same thing you have to do it in the other triangle. So let's extend PM to R so that this length and this length are equal, and now connect this point R to, already PQR is there, na? Let's call it S, and connect it. This is very essential. And now if you observe this quadrilateral ABEC and PQSR, can I say they are parallelogram? Do we have enough evidence? You remember even in coordinate geometry there was one question, right? If you had to prove that it was a parallelogram, what did you use? The diagonals were bisecting each other. So in any quadrilateral, if diagonal is getting bisected by each other, then the quadrilateral must be a parallelogram. So do we see it here? Are these diagonal bisecting each other? So both the places clearly you can see. The construction was actually done so that we have a regular quadrilateral, so that we can apply the property of that. I hope we have understood. In fact, by using the same condition, we also prove the fact in 9th class, I think we might have done, the centroid divides the median in the ratio 2:1. Even there we apply the same construction, guys. So we should be very comfortable with this construction even to solve some different problems. Have we understood it? So construction is actually extend AD to DE such that AD is equal to DE and join E to C and B. Same thing you have to do for the second triangle also. Also extend PM to S such that PM is equal to MS and join S to Q and R. So construction part is done. Please try to understand whatever you are seeing right now on the screen is the most essential part of this chapter, this question. Sorry. Now from here we will make the conclusion that these two quadrilateral are parallelogram. So we'll say, since we know that the quadrilateral if diagonals bisects each other, then the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. आराम से लिखो बच्चों ना, डोंट बी इन हरी ना. दिस इज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली ऑफ द सेशन, सो डोंट वरी. Quadrilateral, that means ABC, PQSR are parallelograms. Are you getting? And if it is a parallelogram, all the properties of parallelogram we can apply. That means this length as well as side are equal and parallel. This and this are equal and parallel. And this and this are parallel and equal. Are you getting it? So what had they given? They had given AB upon PQ is equal to AC upon PR. Are you getting it? That is equal to AD upon PM. They had given this condition, right? Can we rewrite this? So what I am trying to do now here, guys, I am trying to prove this triangle and this triangle similar. One can prove this triangle and this triangle also similar. And for that, we must know relation between the sides. So AB upon PQ we don't have to disturb. We write it as it is. AB upon PQ is equal to AC and BE. Are they same? Can we replace this AC by BE? We can, right? By using the previous thing. And PR is same as QS. Is that all right? And if AD upon PM, can I say if I multiply that by 2 here, then this 2AD will become AE upon PS. Is it actually SSS criteria of these two triangles? It is, right? So we can say triangle ABE is similar to triangle PQS by SSS criteria. Please finish it till here if you have not done, and then we will write the concluding line in 2 or 3. We are about to finish this part. I hope we have understood till here. If you have any doubt, please write. I will try to explain that too. Have you understood? Okay. Now, if that's the case, can I also say this angle and this angle should be equal by CPST? Let's call this angle 1, right? And can I say this angle and this angle should be equal? Let's call it 2, right? So that means angle 1 can be angle BAE is equal to angle QPS, and even you can say angle BEA is equal to angle QSP by CPST. Does it make sense? And now you see, can you guys tell me this angle and this angle, are they equal? Because they are alternate interior, it's a parallel line, right? Parallelogram. So this will also be angle 2, and here if you see, this angle and this angle will also be 2, right? That means angle BAC, you can write one more step, but I am skipping one of them. So angle BAC is equal to angle QPR. Are we getting that? Because both of them are equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. So now, do we have enough evidence to say that triangle ABC and triangle PQR are similar? I think we have, right guys? Because already we know AB is proportional to PQ and AC is proportional to PR, and angle A and angle P be proved equal. So by SAS criteria, we can say this triangle ABC and PQR must be similar. So that means triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR by SAS rule. And if you want to be sure, then you can write, since given AB upon PQ is equal to AC upon PR. I hope you understood. So both the questions are important, this one and the other one. It's little complex because you need to use this construction. In other question which we did, it was not required, na? So, but now question is, there should not be any confusion, guys. If question is asked, make the diagram. It shouldn't happen that they ask the previous question and you have solved for this one, or other way around. Please don't do that, na? It is actually possible. If you don't read the question, you might misunderstand what they are asking. So it's better to read it properly, make the right diagram, and then think what are they asking. If we are skipping something in our mind from this and then we are not reading the question, overlooking is, then it might happen that you interchange the question and the solution. Is that all right? So please don't do that, na? So that's all. If you want to copy it, yeah, and this is very important question. So after the class, you all try to prove it by your own if you have not done it along with me. Okay, it's important. So this is very important question where most of the people have doubt. I am assuming you have understood completely, na? I have tried to make it as simple as possible, I guess. Is that all right, guys? So these were all the important questions. Obviously questions are endless in every chapter, but I have tried to take all the important questions of this chapter in this session. I hope it was fruitful. So if you think it's important, it can be helpful, then you can share this particular video especially to your friends as well, na? And if anyone has confusion, then you can re-watch the video actually, okay? by increasing the speed so that it doesn't take too long. Is that all right? Have you all understood now? So similar session we will have for circle also in the evening session today. Now at 6 p.m. IST we will discuss circle chapter in detail along with what type of question they ask. So you can revise the concept and join it on time. But before that, try to do as many questions you can do from the triangle chapter. Okay guys, then thank you. So that's all for today. Bye.